So I'm more interested to find new stuff, to play around, to change everything. I'm very curious. You have to be a little bit brave to go on with everything. My name is Stephan Zirwes. I'm a photographer and video artist. I live in Germany. After finishing school, I tried to find a place to study for photography and later also for video and film, but the universities didn't accept me, so I did my own work and start to take pictures and visuals and everything, so I didn't learn anything.
To try as many things as possible or to focus on one thing?
I think if you're young and start, it's nice to be focused on one thing and try one thing, and it's not so easy because you have so many possibilities to start, but to get a feeling for what is inside of you and what interests you most. So I think this is the most important, to start with one thing and to be concentrated on this for some time, and after you will see it's going on or you have to change. I started with photography in the 90s, and then I had some nice jobs for commercials, for fashion and cigarette campaigns in New York and everything, and it was, wow, it's cool stuff. And then, after these campaigns, I was a little bit bored to go on in the same way like usual, and I saw on a trip in New York to work with video as visual artists, and then I said, okay, now I try to become a VJ, video jockey. And for me it's often like this, that if I have an idea to start with something, I said, okay, I need 1 year and I will be focused 1 year in this new thing, and after 1 year I decide it's going on or not. Is it the right way or not? This was the same when I started photography. I think it was 97 or something like this. It was a freelance job. I took some fashions, clothes from a designer here in Stuttgart to New York and started a free fashion shoot in New York, and after the shoot, after 5 days, I had all the pictures laying in front of me, and I said, wow, they look really great. I only shot them with Polaroid cameras, and I said, okay, now I will try to be a photographer, and I do everything, and I want to see where I will be in 1 year. And yeah, this works very fine for me. After 2 or 3 months, I got the first bigger jobs from advertising agencies in Berlin to shoot in the same way, and I was surprised that it works. And so I repeat this way for my work. When I saw the visuals in New York, I said, okay, I try to be a visual artist for 1 year, and then it doesn't need long time. Only if you are focused in one thing, maybe needs half a year, and then I got nice jobs for MTV clip tours or for bigger things like the May Day. And after 10 years of being visual artists, I was bored a little bit again, but it was also because I had 3 small children, and you have to work as a visual artist every night until 5 or 6 in the morning, and a lot of drugs and everything, and you come home and the children are still awake and want to play. So I said, okay, maybe it's time to change. And I started to take aerial shots. After the VJing or visual working in the night, on the way home I rent sometimes some helicopters and took photos straight down from above. And the door was built out, and I took pictures straight down. And this was something totally new because there was no drones, and it was a new perspective, a new way of looking on the things. So I started to do aerial shots, and this I did the last 10, 12 years, and now it's changing again. But I'm not again that I say, okay, I want to do just one thing, to be focused on one thing for the next year. So it's going more free and easier. Yeah, I was also thinking about if I would stay with one thing, like the visual artist. I have friends, they started with me in the same subject, and today they are really famous, and they are invited to all over the world to the big light festivals and everything. And I think if you stay in one subject and work concentrated in one thing, you can reach more, and you can go further on and become more famous or for your work, but it's not me. So I'm more interested to find stuff, new stuff, to play around, to change everything. I'm very curious, and you have to be a little bit brave to go on with everything and don't be so fixed in one thing. For me, it's better. Many things, maybe. There's always pro and contra, so there are things I regret, but on the other side, I didn't discover the other things if I would be focused just in one thing. So it's going up and down, so maybe. For me, it's to live in the moment, to stay with the moment, to enjoy the moment. I love it, to feel the moment, and then it's something that's okay for me. If it's feeling all right, it's something like, wow, I'm happy about this. Yeah. In the moment it's a little bit more difficult, changing everything. So all my relationships are changing, family, business, so yeah. You have to be a little bit brave and curious. So if you try something and find something out, for me it's the best way to find the way to go through the life. You do it in the right way. You do what you want to do, and you try everything, and you study, and you're open-minded to the people, and you're curious about the world. So it's the right way.